Meowdy Earthlings, welcome back to another video. How have you guys been? If you guys are new here, my name is Jay, aka the Space Mama, and welcome to this pick a card reading. If you haven't already, please don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts at Space Mama, and there I do horoscopes and free card pulls on my Instagram story. If you're interested in getting a reading from me, my shop is now once again open, and the link is down in the description. Sorry, I've been kind of long for a while, but I honestly just needed some me time. And I was away with family. I hope everyone had a really great time over the holidays or over their winter breaks. I hope everyone's resting, and I hope everyone had a really great new year. So yeah, moving on to what the reading is today, we're going to be asking the question, what is the first impression I make onto people? You could also ask for specific people if you want, but I'm going to be referring to everyone. In this case is these people. But yeah, you could just fill in their name if you're trying to ask for a specific person. But yeah, otherwise this is very general, so just please keep that in mind. Here are your options. Alright, so these are your options for today, my Earthlings. You have number 1 here with my EDC pin. You have the Stitch pin here, Space Mountain. You have Uncle Iroh from Airbender here for 3. For number 4, you have Nezuko from Demon Slayer, and for 5, you have Celeste from Animal Crossing. Please remember to only take what resonates and to leave what doesn't. This is very, very general and should be used for entertainment purposes only. If you would like more accurate reading, like I said, the link to my Etsy shop is down in the description. If you are looking for specific messages and none of these messages resonate with you, then I do hope you find the right reader and the right messages you are looking for, and I wish you a really great day. If you need a little bit more time choosing your option, you can go ahead and pause this video now, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. Meowdy option number 1, if you chose the EDC pin, then this is the first impression you give off when you meet people, or a specific person that you're asking about. So your main energy here, you have the fire ant. So I think a lot of people think you're very spunky or fierce, very sensitive. Maybe the first impression you made was kind of explosive. There's a sense of sensitivity to the fire ant, even though they are fiery, right? They are the fire element. You could also be a fire sign, like an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or have a lot of that in your chart. Maybe even some Mars in you, but you know, this is about reacting in a very in an emotional response. It's out of sensitivity. It's out of being hurt. So the fire ant kind of has really fiery reactions due to being burned by people or being bitter by people. So maybe you could have expressed some sort of bitterness, and it really showed towards people, but it also showed the sense of sensitivity that you have. And it also showed that you are a fiery spirit. You know, you definitely maybe left a mark on this person. Or it was just a very interesting encounter or a different encounter to these people or to this specific person. But very emotional in a sense, or angry or fiery, or it could be cute in a way too. It could be presented. This is only one card, but main energy is coming off that way right now. You also have the cross, so I don't know if something has happened. Maybe the first impression wasn't that great. I don't know if this is like someone you went on a date with, or you're asking for a specific group of people, but like it didn't end up well. That the cross stands for, oh, for some of you guys, I'm getting like, you were probably going through an ending. I don't know why I'm imagining someone crying drunk at a party. This is EDC, so it's possible, a lot of people getting drunk there. But yeah, you could have been expressing your worries or like your annoyances or your grievances or whatever it is that you were going through at that point in time. But you have lover here. You have great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. All right. You have you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Okay, I love that for you. Deep breathing. And some placements here that I have. You have Cancer and you have Venus. So you could have a Cancer Venus. Okay. Beautiful. So I'm getting that your physical beauty could be something that attracts people, to be quite honest with you. The first impression you give off is very, what do you call this? Your face, your beauty, there's like a sense of angelicness with the Cancerian card. They're very nurturing, right? You kind of give off that kind of motherly energy. And with Venus, you could also be giving off Libra, Taurus vibes, right? And so there's aesthetics, there's this sense of, you see this lover here. It's very similar to this person. You have lovely hair. You were probably dressed very nice. Maybe this was like a night out or something like that. Or you probably shared an intimate moment with them, with the Cancer and Venus. But I'm also getting this very retracted energy though, because this is Cancer, right? They do have a hard shell. So I think that there was also this introvertedness with you, but I think that once they got to know you, it was like you were talking about all these things that, and I'm not saying that it annoyed this person. I think that maybe this was coming out because I didn't think they saw it coming, maybe because of the introvertedness coming from the Cancerian energy. But it says allow others to take care of you. So I think that this person might have, or people let you take care of them. So again, with that nurturing energy, right? This could have turned into a friendship because Venus is here. That's all about relationships. But yeah, you're very like calming, very calming your aura, your energy. Maybe you knew some breathing exercises. Maybe you were very helpful to somebody at this get together or at this meeting or at this encounter with this person that this person witnessed or these people witnessed. But generally, people have a very calm approach to you because you have that kind of energy to you. So you leave off of a very, what do you call this? You have a very soft side, but there is a part of you that has gone through a lot. And I think that this kind of personality is something that they find once they dig in deeper to the loving and nurturing part of you. You seem to have it together a lot, but I think that deep in the crab's shell, there is a lot of hardships and a lot of obstacles that you faced in your life. And that's probably why maybe I'm getting like mental health kind of thing. You're really good with that. yeah, you're just very compassionate. You're very devoted to the people that you love. You're a very loving person. So that's kind of the first impression that you're giving off here. Let's go through tarot. What else? How else do you, what first impressions do you give off here? You have the King of Wands. Yeah, you know, you're coming off as very charming. Maybe you're a good storyteller. Maybe you've been through a lot of adventures and you like to share those with people. And they find you very just good looking. Once again, very attractive. I think a lot of people might crowd around you. Yeah, you know, you're very talkative, very social with the Knight of Swords. And, you know, maybe you're the one who strikes up a conversation. Maybe you're the one who, you know, you're very bold. There's like this boldness. There's a lot of ideas maybe going on through your head too. There's just a lot more to what meets the eye. You could come off, you know, you are this person, very loving, but there is a lot of like ideas, stories, hardships, right? With the page, whoa, that came out weird. Maybe that was like a slip. I have no clue, but the Five of Pentacles I meant. Yeah, the hardships, the grievances. I think that a lot of people wouldn't have guessed that you could be like this. But yeah, you've looked at the brighter side of things with the Hanged Man here. Seeing things from a different perspective was very much needed to get out of this. You know, you kind of transformed. You maybe were stagnant for quite some time. You were held back for quite some time, and you kind of saw what you needed to see. Because when the universe puts you in this hangman, right? Because it's major arcana, it kind of, you know, you are pushed to kind of see things differently, or, you know, you have to make some sacrifices or let go of some things. And I'm seeing that it was let go of. There was a lot of changes that you've went through. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Cups. So even, that's yeah, again, with the very loving energy, you know, you're very giving in that way. And I think you're just very open. You know, you're willing to let people in. You realize maybe you're not supposed to let yourself become this bitter person for the hardships that you face. Regardless of the hurts and the hardships and the obstacles and the people that you faced, you know, you realize you're grateful for where you are. You're grateful to be alive. You're grateful, you know, it's pushed you in the right direction in some way. You're really grateful for where you've been pushed through the struggles that you've been through. So yeah, that's really great. You leave off a very great first impression. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing charms today because I have to be quiet and it's very loud. That's why I don't know if you can tell if I'm whispering, but my mic is closer. But I did pull out some a song for you guys. So the song that you give off as your first impression is "You're Not Good Enough." Oh shoot. Okay. I think that when people first meet you, they think that your standards are high because you went through a lot of bullshit. Maybe the way that you dress, maybe your aesthetic, right? The way that you carry yourself, the way that you possibly present yourself to with the hangman. You know, it's associated with Neptune, Pisces, illusions and dreaminess, right? And again, with the Cancer, with the moon here. So there's a lot of like dream energy. I think that you're kind of an enigma to people. And they wouldn't really know until they talk to you. But your first impression is just very like, you have high standards. Like there are, you know, people can't really reach you. People aren't really on your level. And you know, they should fucking recognize that. Hello? Like, and as they should. Um, so some more cards we got here is situations in the balance that require careful handling. So I think that you were just really responsible with everything that you do. Um, you know, and I think that you think things through before taking some sort of action. You have deep breathing here, right? You have a hanged man here. So seeing things differently before taking some sort of action or trying to find some sort of solution. Opportunities are waiting for you. Yeah, you seem to have a lot of abundance towards people, and I think that's why a lot of people feel like they're not good enough for you, or that your standards are high because a lot of good things happen to you. So it's like they feel like they can't match that. Temptations will test you. So you tempt a lot of people. I think with your beauty, with your looks, with your intelligence, with your mysteriousness, I think that's a huge factor. It's like what is up with you, you know? And I don't really think they would know about your transformation, like how you got to here. They wouldn't have guessed what it is here. So it's like they're kind of projecting what they expect or what they want out of you as a person, which is not really great. But, you know, people will only find out the truth about you if they ask or if they really get deep down in there with you, you know. You also have February, so you could be an Aquarius or Pisces. That's being highlighted here as one of the signs, or the month of February is fairly important to you. This could be your sign about the month of February. But it says honor and respect will come to you. So this tells me that a lot of people look up to you. And I think it's because you are pretty wise yourself. You know, you've seen some shit here with the Hanged Man. And I think that you are just very calm and mature for your age. Yeah, that could be one of the things. You could be young for age, and then your the way that you see things is very different, philosophical in some ways. So yeah, hopefully this made sense and this resonated with you, option number ones. Hopefully you liked your reading. If you'd like to comment down below, I would love to hear from you guys. If you give this video a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for choosing me to be your reader. I'm moving on to the next option. Meowdy option number twos, if you chose the stitch pin, or option number two, then this is the kind of first impression you make on people. Your main energy is the tiger. You could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, but they're very intuitive with the moon here. Okay, the tiger energy, I'm getting a tigress energy. I'm getting a very hot, seductive, sensual energy for some reason. Maybe because of, you know, the fire. There's a sense of boldness, but the tiger is also very patient, you know, and they're very protective over what they want. They're also very intuitive. So yeah, you could give off like a very sensual energy when you first meet people. I think it could be in your eyes, or it could also be the way that you dress, your hair, right? But you also have the scythe. So I feel like the energy that you give is it's very piercing. It leaves a statement or like something about you. I don't know if it looks like that you'll cut somebody. You know, the scythe energy is very straightforward, you know, and very kind of in your face. So maybe you have some attitude to you, or, you know, this is kind of similar to option number one, but not really. It's a bit different, the energy that I'm feeling. This one is more like sexual in a way. So Here you have visionary, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Okay. You have trust. Oh, you have 2 orbs here. Okay. You have beauty ritual. And then you have placements here. You have Aries and Uranus. So you get to have this placement, or you can have a lot of Aries in you, or even Aquarian energy. Okay. And then we're going to go with the song and other cards later. Okay. Okay, option number 2s. You could be some sort of, you give off like a very psychic, mysterious energy, like a witchy energy. Maybe that's why it's a bit different, because I'm getting this weird sensual psychic energy. So I think you give off the witchy vibes, because you see 2 people scrying right now. Scrying has to do with seeing the future, foreseeing the future. So I think there's, off the bat, I think people know, or like you give off the vibe of like, I'm a witch. Maybe you're open about it, or you dress like it, or I'm getting bohemian too, or just about your spiritual knowledge. For some reason, it just comes seething out. Uranus energy, right? Very hippie vibes, or like very unique, right? Because it has to do with Aquarius. They're about being a visionary. So you have 2 cards about being a visionary. Maybe you're very different, and I think it has to do with your tattoos. I don't know. I was gonna say tattoos. Really fucking weird. Like what? But yeah, your tattoos. You maybe you always do your nails. Maybe you're into crystal work, right? But Aries energy, they're very bold too. So you maybe make a statement in the way that you do things, the way that you present yourself as well. It says Uranus in Aries. Impetuous action has both risks and rewards. So I think you understand how to balance going after something, right? That's what I was talking about with the tiger. There's a sense of like, there's patience with the tiger because they have to wait for their prey and then they go after it. That's their instincts. So I think you work the same way. And I do think that you take some time out for yourself. You take care of yourself. You definitely, it shows in the way that you dress and do your hair and your makeup and whatever. Maybe you like to do flowers in your hair, like little braids or something, florals. But yeah, let's pull out some tarot now. What is option number 2's first impression? 6 of Cups. Yeah, you come off as very friendly. Like people have known you before. If you're asking for a specific person, they're really glad that they ran into you, or they met you. It was a good encounter. It's like reaching out to an old friend. It feels like someone that you could really trust. I feel like it's very balanced with you. Like you get what you get. So if people come to you kindly, you go to them kindly as well. Yeah. You have the Ace of Wands and you also have the 2 of Cups. Yeah, very friendly. But I think that this was like a unexpected encounter, or was a very quick encounter, or like the way that you guys became friends was very fast, because it was so easy. Like, it's very easy to become friends with you. That's what it is. Yes. And I think that, with the scythe that I was feeling earlier and the tiger energy, there's a bit of standoffish energy, right? So I think that you're very protective. And I think that goes for the Aries energy as well, you know. King of Wands. First impression. Yeah, you certainly give off this energy of very charming. You're the one who maybe instigates, "Hi, how are you?" Like, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. "I'm this, I'm that, I do this, this," or like, "Oh wow," like you keep the conversation going too. And I think that you're very, people find that you're a very thoughtful friend. You reciprocate the energy, okay? And I think that's why a lot of people think that you're a good friend, and I think a lot of people think that you're fun. And I think that whenever I think that whatever is going on with you, though, that you might be going through a lot. You have a lot of your own issues or obstacles or hardships, and I think that a lot of people can see that you might not share that part of yourself. You're very friendly, yes, you talk about really fun stuff, but when it comes down deeper to it, like when people come closer towards you, right? Start talking more if this goes down the road into a longer friendship. They find that you don't seem to share a lot about yourself, and I think that's where the protectiveness comes from, because it was a very different energy. It was a very open energy towards everyone else, but there was this sense of like protectiveness of your own. And I see now where I was getting at. So I think a lot of people see that you might be going through a lot yourself, or you can handle a lot. Um, I'm also getting that for some of you guys, a lot of people find you like a mediator of some sort. If there's a lot of issues, I think that you make jokes, or you're the one who tries to lighten the mood here. Because you want to ensure the balance that's happening. You want to make sure everything is good, everything is great. And I think that's where your visionary skills comes from. Your psychic skills, or your able to foresee or foretell. There's a lot of psychicness in here, right? So yeah, since I'm not doing charms today, yeah, because I have to be quiet, I apologize. I did a song for you guys. So you have Ever After by EK Beach Mix. The EK Beach Mix, oh, this is good. Bonnie Bailey. Alright. If you're into like Kylie Minogue bullshit, that's the ish right there. So this song here, I think that when people first meet you, a lot of them fall in love, because Ever After means like this song, the lyrics has to do with like someone having so many issues with somebody, but regardless of what happens, they still want to be with this person. They still want that happily ever after, and I think that because you have this familiarity that you give towards people, and a lot of people are comfortable with you, and you have this protectiveness, and I think that a lot of people kind of just fall in love with that energy. And I think your beauty too, and I think how different you are. That might be cliche, but yeah. So people fall in love, first impression. Why? It's not to toot your own horn, but hey. It says you will be receiving or giving a precious gift, a diamond. So maybe you could be seen as this diamond. You're very precious. There's a lot of symbolism of like people holding like crystals, right? Go to sleep, doggies. Okay. So, yeah, I think that a lot of people think you are very giving. You're very generous, right? Maybe that's where the Six of Cups and the Two of Cups come in. Um, and I think that you're very thoughtful. A lot of people see that you are thoughtful, or a lot of people like to give to you too, or they see that your friends treat you well because you treat them well. Get back to the basics. So a lot of people also notice how traditional you are with how you treat your friendships or your relationships or the way that you do things. You're very connected to yourself or rooted with yourself or where you come from. Love, deep affection, and caring heart. Yeah, so a lot of people find you as a very loving person, very affectionate. I think that you're the type of person to always look out for your friends, to always cheer them up and make sure that people are doing well or are having a good time. And yeah, they could see that right when they first met you, and I think you carry that kind of behavior out. You're very consistent with who you are. What you see is what you get, for the most part. But I feel like with the way that you handle your own stuff, you don't like to burden other people with your hardships. It says parting of the ways of either romance or business. So yeah, I think that even though there's a lot of, stuff going on in your life, you are still that type of person to look out for your friends. You don't abandon anyone, you don't leave anyone hanging, and you still take care of yourself when you need to. You have that really great balance. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting for this pile. Hopefully this made sense, and you liked your reading option number twos. If you'd like to comment down below to talk about that, I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for doing so. And if you give this video a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, I appreciate that as well. Thank you so much for choosing me to be your reader. This is all I have, so I'm going to be moving on to the next option. Meowdy option number threes. If you chose the Uncle Iroh pen, then this is the first impression you give people. Your main energy is the dragonfly. You could have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your natal chart, or this is very similar to the Hangman. So you could also be a Pisces. The dragonfly is all about transformations, but also cutting through illusions, what's not there, what the truth is. There's a lot of blue here for the throat chakra, so they're all about truth. They're all about, transforming things into what they need to be. So the dragonfly symbolizes a lot of change here. For the Lenormand, you have the Tower. So the energies that surround that is that you could be very opinionated with what needs to be changed, with, the dragonfly energy. But as a tower, the tower energy is just, they stick their ground. They defend themselves when it's needed. And yeah, it's very different from tarot. This is more about like not backing down here. Sometimes it talks about ego. So you could be debating with people, not wanting maybe, yeah, you were probably debating with somebody or something, and maybe not wanting to back down from that. But a lot of people can definitely see that you're opinionated and you are, willing to express that. You're not afraid to express that, and there's definitely nothing wrong with that. You also have Child Divine here. you have strength. Build strength. And then the placements you have here are Scorpio and Luna. So you have Luna here. And you have Scorpio. Okay. Okay. We'll go with the other cards later. Let's do this. So with the Child Divine, you give off a very, like, innocent energy, okay? But it's like you have a really great aura with this aura having around this kid right here. There is a sense of innocence with you. A lot of people do see that there is a spiritual side to you, or you have a childlikeness to you that makes them feel like, you know, that you have a sense of spirituality to you, which is by the way that you dress. Maybe you're into occult shit because Scorpio is here. But what's interesting is that you have built strength and strength. So I think that even though you have this cute childlike innocence towards you, where you try to be very open-minded about everything, you will, you know, I think you pack a punch here. I think you have a lot of willpower. I think maybe you work out spiritually and physically. And I think that, you know, you're not willing to back down from something. And I think that, oh, I heard that you were the wrong bitch. Yes. You probably are the wrong bitch. Yeah. You're the wrong bitch, because I think that even though you're very sweet and you're very kind, I think a lot of people get that twisted. You know, that's why I got like two drastic energies here. You know, the very soft dragonfly, but with the tower, right? So you stick to, in a sense, this could be called stubbornness, but no, I think you definitely just know what you deserve here. All right, Scorpio energy, yeah, definitely could be into occult stuff. Maybe I'm getting like gothy vibes, right? But with the Scorpio moon, it says retreat into yourself until you feel called to emerge. So yeah, I think that a lot of people think that you're very cute, very sweet, but also very, very introverted. Okay, but when that time comes, like when you need to defend something, and I also think that for some of you guys, like you'll fight somebody. I don't know if you tried to fight somebody or something happened for you to like just come out of your shell and was just like, what the fuck is up? What the fuck is up, Kyle? Yeah, like that's kind of the energy that I was getting. For some of you guys, I'm getting this very mysterious vibe to you, like similar to witchy vibes, but not necessarily. It's more like kind of like emo, kind of goth, you know? But you don't have to be. I think you have this childlikeness to you. You know, you try to be like, you know, happy all the time. But with the tarot, you have the Chariot here, so you have Cancerian vibes. Luna, right? I think you could be very emotional, and I think that both of these energies, the water energies that are happening here, you're very in touch with that, and I think that it's led you to be very observant. And with the Chariot being here, being a Cancer card, having to do with the emotional observation or emotional intelligence that you have, it's led you to be a leader. You know, you're very bold. You're not here to be pushed over. I think that a lot of people have that misconception about water signs, that you guys could be pushed over, or that, you know, you guys won't do anything, but you guys definitely will. Ace of Pentacles. Lots of new beginnings here. Maybe, I think a lot of people know what you're doing and what you're saying with the Chariot here. You're taking a lot of control, and I think that you come off as a person that puts in a lot of work into whatever they do. With the Ace of Pentacles here, you know, we can call that as like planting a seed. You know, an opportunity being offered to you. The Seven of Cups. Yeah, lots of opportunities. There's a sense of like, maybe they've heard, like a lot of people might talk about you, what you have, what you're doing. With the Seven of Cups, there's a lot of gossip maybe surrounding you because there isn't a lot of things that you share. Like I said, you're probably very introverted, and you don't come out unless you need to speak upon something that ain't right. That you're that kind of person, you know, you stay, otherwise you're just here for a good time. You know, you don't really say anything, do anything. So I think a lot of people make up things about you, or a lot of people project or wonder. You know, so I just think that you're upon a lot of speculation, and a lot of people can't really pinpoint what's what. Like, are they this or are they that? And I think that you might come to a surprise here. But from what they can see, these people or this person, you are generally a good friend. There is a sense of reciprocation here. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Cups. And I do think that, you know, you are a good friend. You put in a lot of effort into where you, your relationships, your connections. Maybe, you know, there's a lot of things being up in the air, but you walk away when, you know, you're like, this is bullshit. You're like, bye. You know, as you should. You retract. You're like, I'm kind of done with this. Or you do put in this effort into your friendships, right? But there is also a part of you that takes a step back and like just rests, do your own thing kind of thing, you know? Has to do with the introverted, taking your time to yourself kind of thing. Maybe to work out. Maybe you are independent too, because the Tower does indicate that. You know, standing on your own. But I do have a song for you guys. So your song is First Date by Blink-182. Okay. So this song, this as your first impression song, I think a lot of people imagine going on a first date with you, because I think it's also because of how hot you are, first of all, but it's also because of your feistiness, right? I don't think you take shit from anybody, but you're very sweet, you're very kind, right? Maybe you're like Uncle Iroh. You know, you're very chill, but he gets down with it. He'll fuck you up, you know? So maybe it's the same way. But first date, yeah, a lot of people might imagine wanting to ask you out. But I think a lot of people hear things about you before they even meet you, kind of thing. I don't know if you're popular. Or it's just that when you first meet somebody, there's already a lot of things going through their mind about who the hell you are, because you are so introverted, you know? So I think a lot of people might project, like, oh, are they like this? Are they good? Or, oh no, they probably are, like, not, but like, you're just chilling, like, you're not even doing anything. So, yeah, you also have table. Yeah, I think hard work ahead. You're a hard worker. You have the Ace of Pentacles here, right? You have a lot of strength here. You have a lot of willpower. So that's pretty self-explanatory. I also think that if you might have a lot of opportunities being presented to you, and I think a lot of people see that or know about that, and they're like, wow, this person must work really hard. to get to where they are, you know. Take care, there would be a loss of material wealth. And I think that, yeah, you take care of yourself, you know, you build discipline for yourself, whether it be physical, spiritual, or like with your money. Um, a younger man, dealing with a relationship with a younger man. You could be asking about a younger man. There could be a younger man that's specific who wants to go on a first date with you, or you could be a younger man too. Sorry, I don't know why I lost my train of thought. I got lost in Duran Duran here. A journey, either physical or mental. Yeah, there you go. I think this goes with the strength. Like, they understand that you went through a lot physically and mentally. And, you know, this is why you don't take shit from anybody. And you stand up for yourself often. And as you should, sting people with that stinger, bitch. Fuck it up. I love this energy. And I think you're doing amazing, sweetie. Okay, so this is your reading. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Option number 3s. Thank you so much for joining me today, choosing me to be your reader. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment down below if you'd like. Love to hear from you guys. Thanks so much again. I'm moving on to the next option. Meowdy option number 4s. If you chose the Nezuko pin, then this is the first impression that you give people. Your main energy here is a stingray. Okay. Stingray is all about being a boss ass bitch. Yeah, well, you could be a water sign, first of all. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces here, or have a lot of that on your chart. But you see all of like the rainbow, the chakras here being aligned. It's kind of this symbolism for having a backbone. Stingray defends and sticks to their own opinion, and you know, they're willing to defend themselves. What they know. This is kind of similar to option number 3, but not really. It's different in a way. You know, this is about like speaking out on your opinions. This is about like standing up for what's kind of, you know, right in a way. You also have the dog here. Oh, that's cute. So you're very loyal. I think you stand up for your friends. You stand up for yourself, your friends, your family. You'll do anything for them. The dog has a lot of loyalty. You could have a lot of friends, or a lot of people trust you. You're a very honest person. Option number 4s. Right. Maybe you're very Nezuko-like. Nezuko is the sister of a main character in an anime called Demon Slayer, and she is very loyal. Even though she's a demon and she's supposed to eat people, she kicks ass with her brother, who is a demon slayer. So, like, it's crazy. You could have that vibe. You know, you always have your friends' backs. The other cards here, you have Virgin, Music, Energy Work, Capricorn, and Pisces. Okay. We'll go with the other cards later, but okay. It says maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Okay, yeah. So this is the energy that I was getting. I think that you were standing up for what was right. With the stingray, right? And the dog now here. So I think that you do things out of love. You do things because you know it's the right thing to do. You have a lot of morals, right? I also think that you could be musically inclined. I'm not sure if you do violin exactly, but you could be some sort of musician, a songwriter of some sort. But yeah, you have like a lot of artistic talents here. With Capricorn, um, with the Capricorn card here, they are really big on control, right? They're ruled by Saturn. They need to be they're kind of driven by deep emotional control and security. Um, and tradition, because they are earth signs, so you could have that kind of energy to you. And I think that that just goes in with standing up for what's right, because even with the energy work here, you have the spine aligned. I think I don't know, I'm hearing chaotic good. Like, that it's wrong, and you have to make these changes. I'm getting very low-key activist energy. um with Pisces, ruled by Neptune. They're all about imagination and psychic gifts. So you could be very spiritual. They also really reject the reality. Escapism, it says here. Yeah. So you could have those energies with you. I mean, they don't have to resonate, but yeah, with all those energies, with your spirituality, I think you mix spirituality and practicality here, which is really great. So you know how to function in the physical world, in the 3D, but you also know how to work and function in the spiritual world. You know a lot about psychicness and what goes on the other side, or what you need to do. You follow your intuition in your 3D life. So what else with tarot here? What's the first impression? Option number 4 needs. What's your first impression? You have the Strength card. So I'm getting a very confident energy. I think that you might know yourself fairly well. This is Leo energy, right? Maybe you could, you have a lot of willpower. Maybe you work out, or or you uphold certain values, in that way. I'm sensing stubbornness, but it's not stubbornness. It's like you just know that it's right. It's like a very justified energy. You have the World here. I think a lot of people find you well educated. You're a different culture, maybe. Um, you're well rounded. You're very educated with the world, I'm getting. Um, because I think that you're very educated in those things, or you see the bullshit that's happening around the world. And I think you might shine light onto that, because you see this person's like closing their eye and the sun's shining very brightly. King of Wands, yeah. You definitely, walk the walk, talk the talk kind of thing. You're not the type of person to just say things. You're the type of person to actually do. You put words into action. And if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do something. You're not going to back down from it. And I think that there's a sense of purity to you. Like, you do things in the kindness of your own heart. Like, you have really, really great intentions. And I think a lot of people already read that off of you. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a loyalty here. You're very stable. And I think that you also have a very adventurous and fun side. storytelling kind of thing. Maybe you're really funny, you're very humorous, you have a great sense of humor, but there is also a part of you that works hard, works really hard on their empire, what they need, but you could have fun out and about with these people. You're fun to be around. You have the Empress here. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, well, there you go. You are that bitch. Option number 4. But yeah, you're the Empress. You're all the queens wrapped up in one. The Queen of Pentacles shows a very nurturing and very stable side. Very good with, business, money. The Queen of Wands, which is sometimes associated with, witches because of their staff and the cat. But the Queen of Wands is also someone who's very bold, very attractive, gets what they want. Queen of Swords, they're about like logic, seeing things for what they are, the truth. And then lastly, we have the Queen of Cups, who's very emotionally intelligent, nurturing, right? So you embody all of those elements as this Empress. I think a lot of people find you wifey material or partner material. They see that you're very responsible. You have it very much together. And I think that you do some sort of activist work, or you speak out for those who can't speak out for themselves. But yeah, your intentions are always in a good place, and I think that's why you are this Empress. You know who you are. You've done all your work. You're mature. You've been there, kind of done that, because you've had to get through a lot to be this Empress. So the song that I have for you today as your first impression is I Want to Be Down. Well, there you go. I love this. Yeah, they want to be down for you. A lot of people want to like date you, go out with you. That's the first impression that a lot of people have with you. Like a lot of people, this is like the general consensus, is that a lot of people would want to date you. But like otherwise, like a lot of people think that like, dang, you're like a boss ass bitch, But I Want to Be Down by Brandy. That just talks about someone being down. Brandy wants to be down for somebody, with whatever that you're going through, right? Through the issues, through the problems, whoever you are. There you go. Listen to that song. It's really good. Other cards here. You have warning you of a problem either now or the near future. I think that you point out the bullshit that happens around you. I don't think you take anyone's bullshit, and I think that's why the Strength card is here. And even like outside in the world, like issues around the world, and even issues like in your family, in your friendships, and whatever, And I think a lot of people might misjudge you sometimes, because you come off as this really loyal, really nice, like virgin, like pure person. But you're gonna call people out right quick. You're not gonna take some sort of bullshit. Money or property through the inheritance, winning or windfall. Yeah, you're very abundant. I think that you might look like you have like a lot of money by the way that you dress, by the way that you look. These two queens have really nice crystal crowns, really nice hair, right? So I think that a lot of people, through those things that you have, a lot of people can sense that you might have a lot of money. Stepping into a new experience, yeah, like you've really glowed up. I think for a lot of you guys, you glowed up, or it's like you're very unique too. Like when people first meet you, it's like they've never met anyone like you. You're very unique, right? And that's why they're like, wow, I want to be down, because hell yeah, whether it be friendship, whether it be like a partner, they want to be down. involvement with the law. Yeah, see, I was getting like this lawful justice energy, this like social justice energy kind of thing, this activism kind of thing, whether it be through music or like spiritualism, whatever the case. But yeah, I was getting that. You're very involved with like social work, the law, something like that. Um, so yeah, so that's the kind of first impression that you're getting. That you give option number 4s. Hopefully this made sense and you liked your reading. If you'd like to comment down below to talk about if it resonated, I would love to hear from you guys. And if you give this video a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who's watching and who chose me to be their reader today. This is all I have, so I'm moving on to the next one. Hi, option number 5s. If you chose the Celeste pin, then this is what first impression you give off when you first meet people. So your main energy here is the rabbit. Okay, this is really interesting because the rabbit has to do with, in this case, someone who gets stuck, you know, in their life. Like they don't know how to move, like they're traumatized. That's why there's a lot of like toned down reds here. You know, it kind of goes darker. And with the rabbit, there's a lot of fear and anxiety that comes with the rabbit. You could be an earth sign too, by the way, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. But yeah, this has to do with a lot of like emotional distress. There's a lot of oranges here, red oranges. And then there's like some black here too. So this tells me that there's a lot of like anxiety here. I think this is one of the only cards that does this. So you could have come off that way. There's other ways that I'm interpreting this too. Because of the oranges, that has to do with the sacral chakra, that has to do with sexual energy. It also has to do with like the emotions that I was kind of talking about. But yeah, it could come off as sexual too, you know, like fucking like rabbits, to be quite honest with you. But what does it say for the Lenormand? It says gentleman. You could be a gentleman, you could identify as a gentleman. But I don't know what this means as a gentleman, because this doesn't really have like a specific character, or like it doesn't have specific traits, it just talks about somebody. So it could mean that there's a specific gentleman that wants to do this with you, like is like sexually attracted to you. What is their personality? What is their first impression to give off? Option number 5. The rider. Yeah, you could also come off as like someone who's very talkative though too. This is someone who has a message. This is really interesting because all the other Lenormands have been getting along with everyone else's, but this one was like really confusing me. Maybe this is a specific message, because maybe this is a group where you guys are asking for a specific person. But yeah, the rider is somebody who has a message. This is, you know, the number 1. So they are bringing something new to the table. Maybe they've never met anyone like you before, in a sense. But yeah, this is really interesting. So I'm going to look at more cards. Angel, helping those in need with no expectation of return. Support. Make a vision board. The placements that you have here are the cards that we'll go through later. Aquarius and Pluto. Okay. Okay. So you do have a very kind heart, right? You're very kind, you're very supportive, and I think that with the Aquarius here, you are this water bearer, right? So you could be the kind of person that provides emotional support for your friends. Aquarians can come off as aloof, but they're only aloof because they are really good at processing emotions more than other earth signs. And I think that with the Aquarius energy coming in with you, you could be the one who provides emotional support for those people in distress, right? Maybe the main energy for the rabbit, the distress that I was talking about. That could be the energy of like the time, the place, like where they've seen you in action, the energy, right? But yeah, I'm afraid of everything, overwhelmed, frozen. It says sensitive, problem solve, or good listener. Okay, so those are some things about the rabbit here. Okay, well, that's good. All right, so you could have those qualities too. I think that kind of goes in with the rider and the support. You're willing to give advice. With the rider, maybe you have a lot of experience in these cases. Maybe that's why, you're a good support system for people. You're the water bearer, like I was saying. With the Pluto and Aquarius, it says all things must pass to make way for a new. So I think that you're really good at helping people move forward, move on from certain things in their life. You help them process their emotions. You're kind of a visionary, like you understand things have to keep moving forward, and maybe that's why the rider is here, right? Because a rider moves forward, it moves on, it's all about movement, and you're all about moving forward. And I think that you help people do that in their lives, because it's kind of hard for people to do that. It's really hard for people to move on. There's a lot of people who still are stuck in their ways sometimes. Maybe you were one of those people that was stuck before, but you learned how to get out of there. You learned how to process your emotions, to process what's happened with you, and not to harbor them. Yeah, and I think that you help people realize when they're stuck too. I think you know how to get yourself out of certain anxious situations or places in life when you're like this, which is really great. And I think that you're all about transformations too, with the Pluto card being here. High Priestess for the tarot here. Yeah, you're very intuitive. You could have a lot of psychic abilities. I'm also getting that you're very quiet though. You're very to yourself. Maybe not a lot of people know a lot of things about you. So you could be introverted. But I'm getting for the most part that the High Priestess is all about being very observant. This is all about keeping secrets, keeping to yourself, but knowing everything. Maybe you're not much of a sharer, but you're very wise. With the Seven of Pentacles, I think that you have a lot of patience with you, because as the High Priestess, you are very quiet and to yourself. But the Seven of Pentacles is just, kind of just minding your own business and just waiting for your pentacles to grow. So you kind of just mind your own business until, like, if someone needs you, then you'll be there for them, you try not to impose on anybody or anyone's business. The Three of Swords. Yeah, and I think that, you kind of stay out of the drama. You stay out of the issues or problems. I think you are more of like the watcher and then seeing how things go, and then you're there to help that person out or these people out. The Two of Swords, yeah. Yeah, you stay out of it. And I think that you help people go through heartbreaking moments, heartbreaking times. I think that you create such an impact that way. You've helped maybe a few people, a lot of people, out of these things, out of these hurtful situations. Because you said it could be done. Because I'm like, look at you. Like, everything is a lot better now. Maybe you wouldn't have guessed, but it's very much possible to get out of that. I think you give some sort of inspiration towards people, a sense of encouragement, a sense of being a role model in a way, especially with the Queen of Cups. You could be the Queen of Cups too. Like, you could be very emotionally intelligent and nurturing and all that. Intuition. But with the Queen of Wands, this is about attractiveness too, about being bold, but they are the encouraging friend. They're there to remind you what a boss-ass bitch you are. And so I think you kind of provide that for people, but I think that you do so humbly. You don't show off, you're very humble about your successes and, like, your wisdom and, like, what goes on with you. You're kept more to yourself rather than, like, flaunting what all this is. You had every right to flaunt, but I mean, you're not going to do that. You're just going to let whatever it is talk for itself, like the way that you dress or what you do, your job, your career, where you are in your life. You let that do the talking rather than you running your mouth. That's why the High Priestess is here. You're very kept to yourself about what really goes on with you. But you're there, like, 100% for those people that you love. So for the song that I have for you is See You Again. I think that whoever you're asking about, doesn't matter, they would want to see you again. I think that every time somebody meets you, they're like, wow, like, I want to hang out with them. I want to be friends with them. I want to know more about them. I think that each time you meet somebody new, or when you first meet this person, or if you're asking for a specific person, like, there's just this sense of, like, they're already wanting to make plans to see you again. Maybe they're getting your number or they're getting your social medias, because they would want to meet up. They want to solidify a friendship, a relationship, something, whatever it is. Yeah, so for some of them, they want to marry. I think they've found the one with you. I think that because of your angelic energy here, your ability to help others, and then how you're so quiet about it, like, I don't think people know this about you unless they're really, really close to you or you've helped them, because this is something that, of course, you don't really want to flaunt. This isn't something you should flaunt. You're just very quiet about it. So you have a fair man that might want to marry you. This could be a sign. You could identify as a fair man yourself, but someone in your situation is coming up here for some reason. This would be your sign. Persevere and you will overcome problems. Okay, so there you go. You do persevere. You overcome your trauma, your hurts, your grievances, and you've come to this Queen of Wands energy. You're not this stuck little rabbit anymore, stuck in the gutter. So, lastly, you have period of prosperity and abundance. Yeah, you have a lot of abundance. You have a lot of prosperity. That's what the Queen of Wands is, right? They let things come to them. And I think that you've done a lot of work in that sense, considering the Seven of Pentacles being here. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here. You leave off a fairly great impression. This is really cute and this is a really great energy. Like, the fact that you're helping people, I love that for you. That's great. But yeah, hopefully this made sense. If you'd like to comment down below, I would love to hear from you guys. And if you give this video a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who was watching today and chose me to be their reader. This is all I have, so I'll be seeing you guys on the next one. Goodbye.